What's going on, guys? Andrew Piluk here, and I am back with another video. And as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about the 2018 NHL Draft class, what the potential could be. I'm going to look at a couple different lists. I'm not a scout. I can't go out and watch games in random rinks in Ontario and Canada and go all over the world. So I like to look at stats. I like to read articles, watch video, and we're going to give a quick discussion on that today. If you can hear noise in the background, I can't help it. There's stuff going on. The heater needs to be on. It's cold. I live in Canada. We need to have the heat on. So if you hear that in the background, that's what it is. I apologize, but I'm going to try to talk over it. So I apologize if that annoys you, but I just have to make the video now. So anyways, the thing I wanted to talk about real quick was there's not going to be a lot of advanced statistics in this video. Now, I know a lot of people like that. I can appreciate advanced statistics and stats and stuff like that, but I appreciate the simple eye test just as much. I like watching video, watching film. I like seeing what these players can do. Stats tell one thing, but I think that a video can tell the same story, and I leave it to the insanely talented analytics guys to give me those advanced stats, and that's something I'm trying to learn. But for now, I like using the eye test and just, analytics here and there. So we're going to get right into it. I'm using an article from Sportsnet by Sam Constantino. Incredible work there. But I do my research on the players that are on the list. I had some players, I was making my own list, but I found that a lot of the players were the same that I was looking at with all of these lists. So I'll give you some options from other websites as well. And I'm going to go through Sportsnet's list and what they were saying as well, but give my own opinion at the same time, because some of the players and most of them are pretty much the same, because we've been, fed that stuff in video form and in newspaper, online stuff and all that stuff like that. So let's get right into the top 10, I guess. I'm going to use 10 players that I think could be in there from Sportsnet, from everywhere. So we're just going to use the Sportsnet article and get right into this. So before I get started, a lot of the video that I watched, I could see that this is going to be a highly skilled draft. There's going to be a lot of skilled players coming into the NHL in the next couple years. There's a lot of not huge guys, a lot of smaller guys too, around an average height that are coming in. They've got crazy speed, a lot of dangles. So we're going to get right into it. I've got my laptop here, and this is Sportsnet, their list as of December 6th. But again, like I said, when I was doing my list and looking at other lists, a lot of the names were similar, so I wanted to just use this one for sure. So at number 10, they have Jared McIsaac. He's a defenseman, 6'1", 195 pounds, from the Halifax Mooseheads from the QMJHL. So they're saying Jared is a hard-nosed kid. He had a slow start to the season, and he raises his level of play as the season goes on, and apparently he has a solid defensive foundation that puts him near the top of the defensive class for this draft. And this is a guy that I haven't looked too much into. I watched some video, and I can definitely agree with what's being said here. Apparently there's a lot of really talented defensemen in the draft, so you're going to have to look for Jared McIsaac. Again, this is super early, but this is just a report as of December. Neil from Post to Post actually suggested I do a video like this, so thank you for that. At number 9 from Sportsnet is Rasmus Kupari. I could be saying that wrong. If I am, I apologize. Centerman, 6'1", 183 pounds, from Karpat of the Finnish Liga. Again, I could be saying these names wrong. I apologize. So apparently, from what I've seen too, that definitely the opening line here, dynamic skill set. Again, a lot of skill coming in this draft. He can handle the puck at high speeds. That's something that's mentioned here. And he's very strong. A lot of players in here in this draft as well, or this projected draft, a lot of them have really hard shots and almost NHL ready shots, which is something that you're really going to look for in this draft. And apparently he has world-class vision. Again, I can't be at rinks all the time to see how he's watching and his hockey IQ, but if I can keep an eye on him, I definitely will. At number 8, they have Quinn Hughes, defenseman, again, another defenseman, 5'9", so not on the bigger side when it comes to height, 170 pounds, from the University of Michigan, NCAA. So apparently he hasn't scored a lot since they've started their season, so that's something to look for. But apparently he still leads all defensemen in assists, so he definitely is somebody who's moving the puck. This is somebody that I haven't paid attention to too much. Again, the university highlights I can't get my hands on all the time. Apparently he's another guy who has great vision, so that's something that is very good, and hopefully we'll see more of him. Again, the university highlights sometimes I can't really see all the time. So at number 7, Oliver Wahlstrom, again a name that I'm hoping I'm not screwing up. Right wing, 6'1", 205 pounds. So this is a big guy. He's a big guy from the U.S. National Development Program. Hopefully that's what the correct league is. I believe that's what it is. Apparently he's a shoot first kind of guy, and his size and strength is, you know, what helps his game become elite, becoming a better player. And definitely when you're 205 pounds, what is he, 6'1", you've got the size, you've got the NHL build already. So when it comes to handling the puck and, you know, creating a space for yourself like a guy like Jaromir Jagr does, he's able to protect the puck very well. Having size like that is something that a lot of teams are going to look at. So definitely this is something that is good for Oliver coming towards the NHL draft. At number 6 is Noah Dobson, a defenseman again, 6'2", 180 pounds, from the Acadie Bathurst Titans from the QMJHL again. So I definitely looked up Noah Dobson a little bit because I read an article and then I watched some video that he is one of the players that has rose the most in people's draft predictions. It actually says that here as well. So he definitely was not near the top, and now he is. Being at number 6, of course, with the Sportsnet ranking is pretty good. So apparently his offensive ability too, he has like no limit. This guy can go in and score goals, he can make plays, and that's something obviously all teams are looking for. So at 6'2" as a defenseman, he definitely has a lot of size, and his skating and the ability to pace the game from the right side. So this is something that teams are going to look for sure in a defenseman. A lot of teams like the puck moving defenseman, the guy that can get into the play, and hopefully Noah Dobson can be that for a lot of the teams coming up into the draft. All right, at number 5 is Brady Tkachuk. Left wing, 6'3". There's some more size there. 196 pounds from Boston University. So apparently it took him 14 games to score a goal to start the season, but that's good. He's getting on track now. So apparently I can talk a little bit on him, seeing some play. He's a little bit cocky. He's got an edge to him. He likes to get out front of the net. From the highlights I've seen, he'll drive to the net. He reminds me of a Gallagher type. I'm guessing this might be part of the Tkachuk family. I'm guessing he's obviously a part of that family. If not, I'm totally wrong. But they're a gritty family, and we've obviously seen that with Tkachuk on Calgary. He's definitely a very tough dude, and he gets under the skin of a lot of players. So again, it says here too, grit, but that's something I already knew from watching film and watching video of this guy. He'll get right to the net. There's a clip I seen specifically of like 4 guys, and then you just see him crash in and poke the puck in. So you want a guy that's going to go into the corner, is going to get you the puck, like a Zach Hyman or a Connor Brown. I'm a Leaf fan. I got to mention those guys. This is definitely a guy that you want. Apparently he can fight too, so that's good. At number 4, Filip Zadina, hopefully I'm saying that right. Right wing, 6 foot, 196 pounds from the Halifax Mooseheads. So he's transitioned well to the North American game, and I've seen some highlights again. Very good skill. Sportsnet also has this here too. He's loaded with character, and of course they're making a Nico Hischier comparison. Don't do that. Anyways, I did see some highlights again. Lots of skill. 6 foot average height, and he's going to be a guy that a lot of teams are going to look forward to hopefully grabbing. So they have him at number 4 ranked here. Adam Boqvist, defenseman again, 5'11", so just under maybe the average height. 170 pounds, and he plays for Brynäs Jr. or JR. Again, I could be wrong. So apparently he's not as well-rounded as Rasmus Dahlin, which obviously we all know we're going to get to, but apparently his offensive game is close to that, and I can definitely say from the highlights I've seen, he's quick. He does have that offensive side of the game, works very well around the blue line for sure. Obviously being a defenseman, you want a guy who doesn't panic when players are coming towards you at the blue line, a guy that can make a quick move. And from what I've seen, from the highlights I watched, there's no panic there. Very good hockey IQ, again, just from a simple eye test, and it's definitely a guy that you're going to look forward to watching in the NHL one day. At number 2, Andrea Sveshnikov, I could be saying that wrong. Right wing, 6'2", 186 pounds from the Barrie Colts in the OHL, and if I'm not mistaken, Barrie's doing pretty well, so shout out to them. So apparently he missed 15 games to start off the season, and his stock still hasn't fallen, which is obviously proof of how good he is. I watched highlights, and yes, there's a lot of good highlights of him out there. He apparently approaches the game like a pro both on and off the ice, so that's obviously something that a team is going to be looking forward to, having a guy that is a professional, a guy who will come to the rink, be a positive player. But a very heavy shot, very heavy shot from what I've seen, and obviously clearly that is a good thing. The passing ability too, from the highlights I've seen, my god, this guy can pass the puck, and that's clearly something that a team is going to be looking for. At number one, I think everybody is not really surprised if you look forward to looking at drafts and stuff like that. Rasmus Dahlin, 6'2", 183 pounds, from Frölunda SHL. I'm not going to say it, but you guys know what I'm going to say. I'm probably saying it wrong. Apparently, so scouts and pretty much everybody hasn't changed the way they look at him. They think he's going to be NHL ready by next year, and I would definitely agree with that. From the highlights I've seen, this guy dangles like he's Connor McDavid, and again, I'm not making that comparison. I'm just saying I am making the comparison, but I'm not saying he's Connor McDavid, but he has insane hands as a defenseman. People are saying he's already, you know, got the Erik Karlsson. He's better than what Karlsson was at that age. So that's clearly a big pair of shoes to fill. And you know what? I don't want to make the comparison yet, but I can see the Karlsson a little bit. I'm just gonna say it, but I can see a little bit. He's got a lot of skill, lots of skill. This is gonna be a skill draft, like I said. And for a defenseman, get ready, because he's probably gonna put up a lot of points. So if you grab him in the draft, if your team drafts number one, you're probably gonna be pretty happy. So that's Sportsnet's top 10. I was going to go through other lists, like I said at the beginning of the video, but we're already at 12 minutes. I think you guys have the right idea. Again, this is the Sportsnet top 10 list. This is not all my opinion. Again, I read some of the stuff from Sportsnet because they pretty much said what every other website was saying from what I was hearing, and from what I've seen, it's pretty much the same stuff. A lot of the opinions, though, were my own because, again, I was able to watch some film, watch some highlight packs and videos. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you guys think is going to go number one? Again, this is just a December update. I will do this again if you guys think you'd want to see something like that. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys in the next video or stream. Peace.